What up, America? We back with another cooking video on our channel, CNS Faux Live.
Yeah.
Today, we are going to do a meal prep. So, it's going to be a little longer video because what we are going to do is prep for the week. Baby, come on in. So, not all these items are from Aldi. Some are from Sam's Club, the bok choice from the World Market, but most of them are from Aldi, who ain't paying me still. So we're going to take this chicken and we are going to do a stir fry. We are going to do some broiled chicken. We are also going to slice some chicken to make some chicken fillets too. So we have our peppers and all of our veggies, and the rice cauliflower is going to take the place of the fried rice of the stir fry that we're going to do. We're going to make some cauliflower mash. We are going to make some southwestern chicken. It's going to be a whole lot going on. So, because of that, the video gonna be longer. And we're gonna be cutting to commercial break every now and again because I only got so much space. Are we ready to cut to our... Oh, I'm sorry. Today's meal prep is brought to you by Tito's and Lime, Purple Rain style. The food is gonna be wonderful. We'll be back in a sec. Okay, we're back. So, we've rinsed off all of our veggies. We've gotten our situation situated. We got our Cutco knife. Guess what, Cornell?
What?
They ain't paying me.
And
Still. And first thing we're gonna do is make cauliflower mash. Now, if you're keto, which y'all know I am, this is a wonderful way to have sort of mashed potatoes without having actual potatoes. More importantly, it's really so much better for you because you're getting your 7 cups of vegetables in. And another thing, if you don't want to cut your cauliflower, you can use that cauliflower rice that I had out earlier. Only I find it to be a bit wet, and I cook a larger amount, so I don't necessarily mess with it like that. So the thing about cauliflower is that it holds lots of water. It is very water intense. So, like some recipes, when you're using cauliflower, will say blanch it or, steam it or broil it. I don't do that because it's wet and then it's still carrying a lot of liquid. And if you want a really good mash that tastes as close to mashed potatoes as possible, what you want to do is get as much water out of it as possible. So I'm just breaking this up into smaller pieces and sitting it on a cookie sheet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the oven on about 300 for anywhere from 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. And what it'll do is it'll steam it. And when it steams it, it'll wilt down a little bit, but the bulk of the water will be out. And so you won't have to worry about, if you put a little cream in your mash, in your cauliflower mash, then it won't be runny. Because I did that the first time I did it. Remember, baby?
I do.
It was puree. But was it good though?
It was wonderful puree.
It was some good tasting puree, but it didn't.
It was amazing on chicken.
Yeah, it was. So we're gonna take this, stick this in the oven. Like I said, about 300. You don't want it to cook to where it beef to where it starts cooking, and at the same time, you want to be able to get the bulk of the steam off. So, cutting board rinse. We're gonna move on. We're back. It's chicken time. So what we have are these large chicken breasts that you can get from Aldi. I like my cool little Cutco knife with this because it works really well. These are slightly frozen on purpose for about an hour because I want to make some chicken fillets. And Cornell don't like a whole lot of thick meat. So what I do is I take it while it's still kind of frozen, and you can slice it. And I use this one because it just, I don't know, I think even though this is a bread slicing knife, it just seems to make it thinner, and it cut like butter a little bit better. It does, because it's frozen. So for the chicken fillets, this is going to be meat. I'm not going to cook it today, but I am going to cook it on the day we actually have chicken fillets. And so what we're going to do is fry these with some oil, get these cooked up in oil, and we're also going to add onions, green peppers, and red peppers, and some pepper jack cheese, and put them on a hoagie bun. He'll have that with fries. So let's just call that meal number 1. So, but you can do this at the beginning of the week, and when you were busy and got a whole life, you kind of tend to want to do that. And I oftentimes cut them in thinner slices like so. But do you see how easy they cut when it's been frozen for, like I said, about an hour, maybe 2. I don't really keep track of how long it was in the freezer. But it has to have that, that stiffness for you to be able to cut them like that. He like regular Phillies. Do you like regular Phillies too? I love regular Phillies. I'm a Philly cheesesteak fan.
I do, but I prefer the chicken.
Why? I'm just curious. I ain't never really asked you that question before.
Well, me personally, beef sometimes is kind of.
Oh yeah.
It's got a different kind of chew with it, but the chicken is smoother to eat for me.
Right. So you can also, if we wanted to, go ahead and season this and put them in some Ziploc bags. If you wanted to, it's still rather frozen, so you can put it back in the freezer for another day. If you wanted to just go ahead and do your whole tray like that, you can. The next thing I'm going to do is take another chicken breast, cut it a little bit thicker, and we're going to use this for the stir fry. This is still, like I said, a little bit frozen, but it's so much easier to handle. As you can see, you can cut through it real easy. Make little chicken cubes. Now this we're going to make today for the week for my meal prep client. And it's however big you want your meat, pieces of meat. But I kind of cut them in at least not too small, but not too big either. So that when you get your bite of food, that you have a little bit of meat, a little bit of this veggie, and a little bit of that veggie. So this is going to be for the stir fry. If you're cooking for a family, you could get probably about 2 trays of this chicken and really make 2 or 3 meals out of it, depending on how big your family is. When you got a family like mine, this 1 tray only lasts a couple of days. Plus, the boys are home, so it's going to be a lot of cooking going on, which means a lot of videos going to get made on how to cook for some big old boys who eat everything in the house. So we'll have this for the stir fry. And then for Cornell, these are really big pieces of chicken. And if you want to bake your chicken that way, that's fine. This is what I find. If you take it and you cut it down the middle, you can have half and half. I didn't do that one that good. But you cut it down the middle and it thins it out. It's a smaller piece of chicken. Cornell don't like no big, thick piece of meat. And so you have 2 rather large pieces of meat.
Good
I think
Lord.
I'm gonna. This
the
gonna be
sizes of those chickens.
Yeah.
For those to be the breasts.
Yeah, and sometimes you could even third it, because this one seemed like it could be a third. I'm gonna save this one and put it in stir fry some more. And so with these, we're just gonna broil them, and I broil them to use for when we're doing the chicken with the cauliflower mash and broccoli. If he wants like a buffalo chicken wrap, we can use that chicken for that. So I spray my pan. I'll say nothing about my brown wood pan, y'all, but for some reason when it get dark like this, it cooks better, and it cooks a little bit better. So anyway, we're gonna arrange these on the pan like so. Let's get rid of this. We are going to use our seasoning salt. Sprinkle on both sides. Sorry, y'all, just bought this a little while ago.
Is that Aldi again?
These are from the box store.
The box store?
I do a lot of cooking, so I don't have time to get these little bitty things. Seasoning salt, pepper, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning, or you can use whatever Italian seasonings you like rosemary, thyme, and oregano are really good for these types of chickens. And some paprika. It is pronounced paprika. I know, America, but I just kind of like saying it. So we'll flip these over and do the same thing in whatever order you want to do it in. I usually go backwards, and then we're going to toss these in the oven for about 20 minutes. on 350. And we're going to do that regardless of whether it is going to be 100% cooked. But it'll be a little more tender because I'll have it in there less time, because I'm going to have to reheat this throughout, one day a week. So we don't want it to be like all the way cooked and dry, and then when you go to rebake it, it'll be something else. We're going in the oven and we'll be back. We're back. So, have our cut up chicken for our stir fry, some rice cauliflower, and we chopped up whatever vegetables you want. I have onions and peppers and zucchini and some bok choy and some celery and some zucchini and all sorts of other stuff in there. So, the first thing we want to do is get our chicken going. So we put some olive oil in here, bit of garlic. Hopefully I don't burn the house down. And we're going to throw our chicken in here. When stir frying, it creates a lot of smoke, as you can see. And you don't need a whole lot of seasoning when you stir frying. Because the flavors from the meats and the vegetables will marry. It's sometimes good to have some soy sauce. If you are keto, you can use tamari sauce, which has no soy in it. We don't really take a lot of soy in keto. And just a drop of sesame oil. And that's really to get the flavor that you want in there. So, sorry phone, somebody's calling me during my cooking segment. So, this is going to cook down. You see it's steaming.
It must be the neighbors. It could be the neighbors wanting some of this. Smells amazing already.
One of the things you can do also is to marinate your chicken, but we ain't had that kind of time today. You can marinate your chicken with, if you are not keto, you can marinate your chicken with some soy sauce, a little Worcestershire sauce, some brown sugar, and some garlic, and it will make your meat extraordinarily flavorful. If you are keto, albeit lazy keto, dirty keto, or strict keto, you can do it like this. Only substitute the soy sauce with tamari sauce, and don't really use the sesame oil if you are strict keto. If you would like to have that as part of your carb intake, then yes, you can. So this is cooking. It ain't cooking as fast as I thought it would cook. Okay, while it's cooking, let's talk about this. You can use regular cauliflower if you want to. I find this garlic and herb at Aldi's is really good because it's flavorful and it already has flavor. I am a flavor person. I am a spice person. If you are not, then you can use regular cauliflower. And here, like I said, we had some bok choy, we have some broccoli, we have some red onions, some yellow onions, some red peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, onions. Did I say broccoli? Celery. Did I miss anything? And we're going to finish it like, I don't do it with it. I put this in towards the end, which is cilantro. It adds this like dope kind of almost lemony flavor to the stir fry. So our chicken is just about ready. We don't want to cook this chicken until it's like hard, because then you're gonna mess around and have dry chicken in your stir fry and it won't be meaty chicken. And y'all know what I'm talking about when the chicken tastes all rough, especially when it's a chicken breast. So let me get my bowl.
Moist and flavorful.
Moist and flavorful. So because I cut them down, get in here. Because I cut them down into much smaller bite-sized pieces, it doesn't take real long for them to get cooked. And so now they're at the point where they're cooked, but they're not overly cooked. So they still are a little pliable because we're going to put this back into our stir fry as well. We're going to leave as much juice as we can down here because it's almost like flavored chicken juice. So we're going to take our chicken out. Maybe add a little more oil. If you are keto, this is a perfect time to add some more olive oil or some MCT oil to your meal in order to get your fat intake up. So I'm going to add just a bit more olive oil. You see it's kind of cooking, so it's going to deglaze a bit. Then I'm going to add this cauliflower rice because it has water. And like I said, with the other cauliflower, it just, for whatever reason, retains a lot of water because it's a water-based type of vegetable. So we're going to let that flavor up, soak in the bulk of it because it's going to create a little bit more liquid. And you want to be really careful about having too much liquid in your stir fry because then you want to keep your vegetables crispy. So let that soak up whatever liquid it's going to. And then we're going to add all of these veggies. And again, you can add whatever veggies you want to add in your stuff because it's yours. You're going to add soy sauce or tamari sauce. In case you didn't notice, I'm not big on measuring. I'm just going to put what I think it is. That's probably about a 1/4 cup. And like I said, just not a lot.
That's how you know it's
sesame
amazing.
oil.
When you got a cook that don't measure,
Oh my Lord.
that dish is incredible.
I'm going to stir this up really well. We're not going to cook this long because we want to keep the vegetables fresh as possible. So we have our rice in here, so-called rice. We have our veggies in here. If you are someone who likes spice, at this point you can add your red pepper, you know, like y'all do when y'all eating Chinese food, or you can add your hot oil on there. This is not something I'm going to do, but I am gonna take just a little bit of garlic powder because you have enough flavor in all of this not to need any salt, not to need any other seasonings, because you'll be taking away from the flavor of the food. Okay, so it's gonna marry for a minute. Looks like it's marrying fairly well. Yes?
Let me get in there.
Get in there. You see all of your veggies and how they're all like doing their thorough thizzle.
Can you all smell that? I mean, I know you can smell it because I mean, it looks amazing.
Doesn't
Just
look amazing.
Don't close your eyes because then you can't see it to try to imagine what it smells like, but it smells amazing, guys.
And I'm stirring it constantly because you don't want half the broccoli to be wilted and half of it to not be. And this is up fairly hot. So now I'm going to add my cilantro because I don't want it to cook as long as everything else cooks, because it pops open flavor even without cooking. So we'll add that through. It smells different. It smells different even with it. And then we're going to put this chicken back. So now you have, and did you notice you probably didn't think that was going to be a lot of chicken for it, but it's just enough so that, like I said, when you have a bite, you have some of everything in your bite. Okay? Okay. This is a big old pot of something, and it's going to feed my children. If you are not keto, let me tell you what you can do with this. You can boil you some noodles. They could be ramen noodles. They could be angel hair pasta, spaghetti noodles. You can boil them and then drain them really well. Add a little bit of soy sauce and a little bit of this sesame oil, and you can put the stir fry on top of that, and that'll make a stir fry dish with noodles. Or you can serve it like this, or if you want to make some rice, you can make rice with it, and you can, that'll be more filling, you know, for those folks who don't care about their carb intake. This is a wonderful keto meal. You get 7 cups of vegetables in it if you ate a big bowl, and it'll be good to go. We'll be back for the next dish. Okay, we're back. We're gonna make 2 more things really quick. So the chicken Phillies we're gonna make that day. So let's say that that's Monday. The stir fry we have made. Come over here, baby. Come over here. Made. If you're keto, you will get stir fry like so. For me, if you're not keto and you got children, you can put with the noodles. So that's Tuesday. I make salads in a jar for Wednesday. and I made spaghetti for the kids. That was Thursday, but that was a whole nother video. So now we're at the final thing that can go a day or two. It depends on how you're making it, who you're making it for. So I'm gonna go ahead and steam some broccoli because, where's my spoon? What we're gonna do is make steamed broccoli with the baked chicken that we had and the cauliflower mash. So chicken, mashed potatoes, and broccoli is essentially what we're gonna cook up. So got some garlic in here, some olive oil, and your broccoli. This is like, if you're keto, you're really trying to get as much of your oil in as possible. So I tend to do that. The other seasoning that I add to it, I don't cook with a lot of salt, as y'all can see. A little bit of garlic, minced garlic powder. So I let that kind of get a little oily. Take a little bit of water. Boom, they're steaming. All right. I'm gonna turn it all the way down because really I don't want it to cook that much. I just want it to be a little soft. We have cooked our chicken. It has come out. It's pretty. Baby, what you think about the chicken?
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
And then we have our cauliflower. It doesn't have to get brown. It could get brown. It really doesn't matter. But the bulk of the water, it's very wilty, so the bulk of the water is out of it. I turned it off a minute ago, so it ain't that hot. So depending on how much cauliflower, it depends on what size blender you need. I knew this wasn't a big head of cauliflower, so I just have a smaller blender. You're gonna put some sour cream. I would say about 2 of these spoonful looking things. We're gonna take half of this here, cream cheese, and you should season everything. So I put a little pepper. I don't really use seasoning salt, so a little pink Himalayan sea salt, which, you know, is a lot better for you if you're keto, and some more garlic. Now, this should cream up to a pretty fairly decent amount. I might take a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream just to get it a little wetter, but there's still enough water in this to make it creamy. Let me get all my little pieces, y'all. To make it creamy, because you don't want to make it too puree. You want just enough. So we're gonna bring this over here, slide that this way. Sometimes you gotta help it down. Okay. Music will play while this happens. It might not be enough. So I see I don't have enough liquid. It happens, America. This is Limericks. But you still don't want a lot. So you just want to put a little more like oomph, like that. You don't want a lot, because this will get very liquidy on you real fast, and then next thing you know, you have puree. You see what just happened? All right. I still don't want any in there. Let's see. Ready? Meanwhile, this is ready. I'm going to sit this over to the side. One more little drop. See, sometimes this don't always work out the way you want it to. Okay. All right. Get in there. Get a look-see.
Get in there.
Get in there.
Get in there. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And so your texture is very creamy. It is also mashed potato. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. Mashed potato. So, what we're gonna do now is, you know, I might do a bento box instead for this. I'll do a bento box instead. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and put it in a box along with the chicken. I need a bento box. Get in there.
Let me get in there.
Yeah.
Get in there. Get in there.
You want to see what it tastes like?
I actually do want to see what it tastes like because that is amazing. America don't even know what's going on
So,
inside that potato.
we're going to take the mash, cauliflower mash. We're going to put it in one side of the bento. Now, at this point, if you are a person who likes loaded potatoes, you can, let me set this right, move this out the way too. Put that there, grab some cheese because we all like cheese, don't we? Put some cheese on it, especially if you're keto, it's really good. Like you want to get your fat in and all of that.
Cheese and turkey bacon make everything better.
Pork bacon makes it even better. So this here bacon crumble pack that I normally get. Stick that on there. There you have loaded potatoes. Then we're going to grab some of our broccoli and sit it in there. If you still are feeling like you want cheese in your life, you can sprinkle a little cheese on that. And again, you can have as much cheese or as little cheese as you want. Then you want to grab one of your chickens. You have this, and this chicken produces a wonderful juice that goes on there. I make this for you for lunch a lot of times. And optionally, you can add a piece of pepper jack cheese on that. That's only if you want to. If you don't want to, you could take it off. But what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna heat it up anyway. So this is one of your meals to go with that meal. So there's that. Baby, did we get it done? So we have leftover broccoli, we have leftover stir fry, we have leftover chicken. So if we want to make chicken wraps with that, we can make another plate of this, or we can get the cauliflower rice and make the cauliflower rice instead of the mashed potatoes and have a whole nother bento box lunch, which I'll be doing for the hubs. We have our stir fry. The boys have their stir fry. I made spaghetti off to the side. Y'all didn't see that, but I'm gonna get y'all with the spaghetti, the pasta thing. That's a whole nother video. Are we done?
It looks amazing. It's like my week is set, and maybe some other people week is
You
set.
ain't. Yeah, it's somebody else's week. You ain't gonna eat that bacon. Oh no. Thank y'all for watching. If you have any comments, questions, if you want to see something that maybe I'm not making for you, I can make it for you, and I can make it in whatever diet restriction that you like. Is button right here? Or is button right here? I don't never know where the button is. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. We love you. We appreciate you. Holla at your girl. CNS, Bo Live.
Yeah.